Seth Stokes, 106.3 WORD News. I'm sitting here at City Scape Winery in Pelzer. I'm here with Josh and Deborah Jones, the owners of City Scape, and we are excited to talk about wine in the Upstate. This is part of our Small Business Month here on 106.3 WORD. Each weekday throughout the month of May, we've taken a different small business and highlighted them. Today is City Scape Day. Thank you so much for having us come out.
Thank you for having us.
So give me a little background, guys. How did you get started doing wine? I mean, you go to a lot of vineyards, a lot of wineries, and it's an older couple that owns them usually. You guys are like my age, early 30s, something like that. So what got you into this?
We always knew that we wanted to get into the wine business, and little did we know it would be so soon. We were actually getting very close to the previous owners of City Scape Winery at the time because we were buying so many supplies and things from them. And so they basically took us aside one day and said, hey, listen, we're ready to retire, move to the beach. And I was, I was working as an engineer. Deborah was working in real estate, and we were ready to get out of our day jobs and do something fun. So we sat down with them. We went through all the numbers, and it was going to be terrifying. It meant leaving our day jobs and benefits and all that kind of stuff. No. And so at first we said no, because we're like, why would we spend all this money, take a huge pay cut? And then I sat in my cubicle for a couple more months and, looked out the window, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere here compared to running my own business. And so we decided to take the leap.
100% entrepreneurial.
And we quit our day jobs in 2015, bought the winery out 100%, took out a giant loan, and we're here today.
So. Now, I know y'all do some partnerships for different events and things like that locally. Just for you guys, how important is it to work hand in hand with some other local businesses? And what all do you do in that realm?
It's so important. One of the major partnerships that we do is Happy Cow Creamery. Happy Cow Creamery is right down the road. It's only, 2 miles away. And to us, community is important. This area is really cool. If you're not familiar with Southern Greenville County, you should definitely get yourself reacquainted with it or acquainted with it. Really cool place. And with that said, we're all about being local and supporting local because we know what it's like. And so we would want someone to support us. And so it's really important to have that community cohesiveness. So it's really nice. So they send all their customers to us. We send our customers to them.
We use their cheese and a lot of their products on our cheese plate here. I think it's also really important because we grow a fair amount of our own grapes here, but we can't grow everything here. So there are other just strictly vineyards that are actually in Greenville County, closer to the mountains, and they can grow a couple different types of grapes that we can't grow as well here. So we do source some of our grapes and our fruit from other farms, other things around the area.
As far as community goes, we love doing fundraisers. And one thing I know, the first people actually that helped us start this whole thing off was actually Lucky Pup, which is it's a dog rescue organization, and it was we learned that we really like doing fundraisers. It feels good, it's cool, you get the community involved and you do something different. So we've been doing lots of fundraisers too.
So it's really fun.
Now, one of the cool things that makes City Scape unique is the mascot that you have. So talk to me a little bit about the mascot.
So Josh, I've always wanted an animal. I wanted a dog. I was going to name him Melbeck Jones. He was going to have floppy ears. It was my whole vision. And Josh has always been a little more unique, and he's like, I don't want to be like everybody else. That's very important. I don't want to be like anybody else. Every winery has a dog, or every winery has, either a cat or a dog, and that's just generic, Deborah. We don't want to be generic. So we were talking, and he said, well, let's think about getting a pig. And I said, well, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. And so I said, well, if we get a pig, we should name him Pinot. That's really important to me. It has to be Pinot. The name's really important.
Yeah. And so she kind of forgot about it for a little while, and And then for her 30th birthday a couple of years ago, I surprised her with Pinot the pig.
I was in the tasting room, and there was a gentleman that was trying. He has to try some wines. I gave him some wine, and he looked out, and his face was like really big. His eyes were so wide, and I said, "Sir, are you okay?" He said, "Ma'am, I don't know what the heck you put in this wine, but there is a pig in a t-shirt on staring at me right now." I'm like, what is going on? So it's really fun to see people's reactions.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you so much for taking some time to talk to us today about
Absolutely.
Cityscape and what you're doing out here in Pelzer, and good luck in the future.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah.